Hello guys, welcome back to Danielle's Crochet Barn. Today I am doing a tutorial on how to crochet Plankton holding a heart. So I came up with this pattern myself. I had a friend send me a picture from Spongebob, and I'll insert that picture on the screen for y'all, asking me if I could recreate this. So I looked online for a pattern, couldn't find one, so I made one myself. I think this is a beginner-friendly pattern. It doesn't have too many complicated stitches in my opinion. And I will also make sure to link this pattern down below for y'all. You can buy it through Ribbrl or Etsy, whichever one y'all prefer. But most of my patterns have the same exact layout. I like to keep everything cohesive, and I try to keep it as neat as possible. So here are the materials you'll need, which we'll go through here in a second. And then the height of the finished Plankton is 6.5 inches from top of head to the bottom of the feet. But I also have noted here, keep in mind that yours may be different due to tension, and also some people use different size crochet hooks and yarn. And then I also have the stitches that we'll be using here. And then here's a cute little picture. But yes, let's go over the materials and then we'll get started on making Plankton. For this pattern, I am using all red heart. Y'all can use whatever kind of yarn you want, what colors you think best match. But I personally like using these for Plankton. So for his body, I am using a frosty green. For the antennas, you'll have to excuse my labels here. I am using medium, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I know I'll mess it up. And then for the heart, I am using shocking pink. So I'll be using a 4mm crochet hook. I like to use stitch markers. I need a needle, some scissors. And then for the eye on Plankton, we are using this pale yellow, and then this red for the pupil, and then the black will be the eyebrow. I'm just using a little bit of scrap black because I'm pretty sure this will be enough for his eyebrow. But yeah, those are all the materials you'll need. So let's get started on Plankton's body. So to start off on his body, we'll be working from the head down. So we are going to make a magic circle. If you can't make a magic circle, I suggest chain 2 and then work in the second chain from your hook. But in this magic circle, we're going to do 6 single crochets, and a single crochet is inserting your hook into the circle, yarn over, pull it through the circle. You should have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. That's a single crochet. And then I'll do one again, and that's the second one. So do 6 of those for round 1. So now we're going to pull the magic circle tight. So if y'all have issues keeping up with rounds, I like to use a stitch marker. I'll place mine in the last stitch that I worked in. And then when I do round 2, the last stitch should be in this one. So then I would take out the stitch marker and place it in the last stitch of round 2. And then so on. So hopefully that makes sense. But for round 2, we are going to do an increase in every stitch. So that is 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So you should have 12 stitches at the end of round 2. So for round 3, we will be doing a single crochet and then an increase. And you'll repeat that 6 times to make a total of 18 stitches. So for round 4, we will do 2 single crochets and then an increase. Repeat that 6 times for a total of 24 stitches. We're going to work on rounds 5 through 19, and all of these rounds will just be single crochets, so we're not doing any more increases. This is going to create the length of Plankton's body, so I'm not going to record the whole process because it's boring, so I suggest pausing the screen, go ahead and complete rounds 5 through 19, and then push play, and we'll be on round 20 Okay, so after round 19, we're now going to stuff it just a little bit. I don't like to stuff it all the way because the stuffing just gets in my way when I'm trying to crochet the next round. For round 20, we are going to do 2 single crochets and then a decrease, and you will repeat that around 6 times to make 18 stitches. Now for round 21, we'll do a single crochet and then a decrease and repeat that all the way around for a total of 12 stitches. So now we're going to finish stuffing this. So now for round 22, we're just going to decrease all the way around. And now we're going to fasten off, and I like to slip stitch in the next stitch. Chain 1, cut off a little bit of a tail, pull that, tighten it, grab your needle, and we are going to close up this hole. So I'm going to show you how I like to close up this hole. I'm not really sure how to explain it. I'm working through the front loop of every stitch. My advice is just watch what I do. So let me make sure this is clear for y'all. So yeah, just watch what I do. I'll just put some music over this so you can't hear my breathing. So after you have closed up the hole, just hide this tail. Make sure everything is secure. That is Plankton's body. Very fast workup. So now we are going to work on the arms. So you still need that light green color. And the arms, we are going to first start off with a magic circle, and then we'll single crochet 5 into the magic circle. And then you'll pull the magic circle tight. And I suggest having a loose grip on your hook. Don't have it too loose, but I do suggest having it a little bit loose because this is kind of a tight work. Every round is just 1 single crochet in each stitch. So we are going to be working from round 2 to 10, and like I said, it's just 1 single crochet in each stitch. So after we finish up this arm, we're just going to slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 1, and cut a little bit of a tail to use for sewing. So now you need your needle and the body. So the end where we fastened off and then weaved in the hole, I like that to be on the bottom of Plankton. And then where we started, I like to use that as the top of his head. So find round 13 and 14, and that is where we will place the arms. So 1, turn it a little bit, restart the explanation. I'm about to have like a whole attack of some sort. Restarting. Restart, okay. So after we have the body and the 2 arms completed, we are going to go to round 13 and 14, and then we are going to sew on the arm. So in case y'all don't know how to count rounds, we see this right here where it started. That's 1. Let me get my needle. This is round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 and 14, I'm just going to stick my needle here. That way we know exactly where the arms go. But, well, actually I'm going to stick it with something else to mark it, because we need our needle. I've got rounds 13 and 14 marked right here. We're going to take our arm, and I like to close up the arms before I sew them on, so I'm just going to close this hole up here. This takes about 1, 2, and I like to bring this on the edge here, so about three times through there. And we're going to place it, I mean, it doesn't really matter where you start, which side you start on for the first arm, but I like to place it on the side here. Take this out, and let me turn this. I just like to go any stitch here. I really don't know how to explain this, because if y'all just watch, just sew it on. I mean, there's not really a way to explain how to do this, so my explanations are absolutely terrible. And then after you've got it on, voila, just hide that in, take that other arm, and we're going to sew it on the other side of the body. Again, this will be on round 13 and 14. But if we have him pointing this way, and we bring his arm out, because remember we're going to have that heart in between the arms, I kind of just eyeball where to place his other arm. I mean, this right here looks pretty good to me. We got enough arm length to hold the heart, and it looks lined up pretty nicely. So I'm just going to set that back like I did the other one, make sure it's on the same rounds, and that looks pretty good to me. And we'll just sew it on. Voila, there are his arms attached to his body. So next we're going to move on to his legs. So for his legs, we are still using that light green. We're going to create a magic circle and place 6 single crochets into the magic circle. So I'm going to finish up the second leg, and I'll be back to show y'all how to place it on Plankton's body. Alright, so I have both legs done for Plankton, so we're going to place them on his body. I placed them right beside the first round, if you're looking at the round that we fastened off from the body, if that makes sense. I placed them about 1 to 2 rounds beside that. Let me grab the other one. This is kind of a personal preference on where you want to place his feet, but try to make them as equal as possible, that way it looks right when you stand them up. But as far as his feet go for placing, you can use a pin to keep it held down. I'm just going to use this random needle. So I'm going to stick it right there just to keep it still, and I'm going to sew it on. So now we are done with his feet. His arms look a little bit on the long side when we're working on his body, but don't worry about that. After you get everything together, it kind of equals out. But now we are going to work on the antennas. I got cut off because of storage, but anyways, for the antennas, we are going to chain 14, and then you will slip stitch back down the 14 chain. So I'm going to do the chain 14 off camera, and I'll be back to show y'all a slip stitch. For slip stitch, you'll stick your hook into the second chain from the hook, yarn over, and pull through every loop on your hook. So again, place it in the next chain, yarn over, pull it through the chain and the loop on your hook, and there's another slip stitch. And just do that all the way down, and then I will show y'all what to do after the last slip stitch. After the last slip stitch, I'm going to chain 1 and leave a little bit of a tail to sew on. You're going to do one more antenna, and then I will show y'all how to place that on Plankton's head. So I went ahead and put one antenna on, but I'm going to show y'all how to put on the second one. So like the feet and arms, it's all a personal preference in my opinion, but I placed the antenna right beside the first round here. And I like to make sure they are facing the same way as far as the front and back of the antennas. But kind of line it up right beside there, make sure it's pretty even. And I'll lay it down, that way I can sew it on a little bit easier. And my hands are probably going to be in the way for y'all to see. But I'm going to pick a stitch for this to go in and sew it on. So after you have the body, arms, legs, and antenna done, we're going to work on the heart for Plankton. And the first step is to create a magic circle. After you've created the magic circle, you're going to chain 2. And first, we're going to place 3 triple crochets into the magic circle. If you don't know how to do a triple crochet, the first step is to yarn over twice on your hook, insert the hook into the magic circle, yarn over, pull the yarn through the magic circle, and that should leave you with 4 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops again, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. That is a triple crochet. So like I said, we're placing 3, so place 2 more into the magic circle. After the 3 triple crochets, we're going to place 4 double crochets. To make a double crochet, you yarn over, insert the hook into the magic circle, yarn over, pull the yarn through the magic circle. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. So again, we're placing 4 double crochets, so place 3 more. So I did tighten my circle up just a little bit. I've done it a little too tight actually, but that's okay. Next, we're going to place 1 triple crochet into the magic circle. We're going to place 4 double crochets into the magic circle again. I got a different language when I'm trying to explain. And now we're going to place 3 triple crochets. And now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to slip stitch into the magic circle. And then we are going to fasten off. I like to chain 1 more. Make sure you tighten that magic circle all the way closed too. And now you're going to cut off a little bit to sew onto his hands. And that little tail that you pulled to tighten the magic circle, I like to try and hide it just a tad bit into the rest of the back of the heart. Right here, the tail. I'm just going to show y'all what to do. I'm not going to try and explain it because my explanations are doing terrible today. So, yeah. Oh, wait, I cannot sew when things are like that on my face. So there is the heart attached, and now we're going to work on the eyes, which is my least favorite part. So now we're ready to place Plankton's face details. So we're going to need embroidery thread for his mouth. You'll need scissors and the needle, and I've already cut out my felt pieces. I don't really know how to tell y'all the size on how to cut these. Kind of just cut out a piece and see if it fits his face. But yeah, anyways, we cut out a big oval for his eyeball and a little red circle to go in there. And then the eyebrow is the most difficult part because we have these little triangles we have to cut out. But this is the shape of it, so y'all can see. All I can say is good luck cutting this out because I hate cutting felt. But that will be glued on the corner of his eye, kind of like that. And make sure to leave room for his mouth. And y'all can do the frown like I have done on the original one, or you can do a smile. I'm going to do a frown because this is actually a order I'm working on. So just glue his eye down with hot glue, or y'all can use a glue that y'all like to use. But I'm going to go ahead and glue that down, and then I'll come back and show y'all how to put the mouth on. So now I have his eye glued on, and I made sure to place it in the middle of his body, made sure it was lined up in between his arms, antenna, and legs, and now we're going to place his mouth. So I've already cut off a strand of the embroidery thread. We're going to place it in our needle here, and now we are going to place it beneath his eyeball here. I stick it in from the side of his body and leave out the tail. That way I have something to tie when we're done, and then I hide everything into his body. But kind of place the mouth wherever you best feel like. Once again, it's all personal preference. But I am going to show y'all where I place it. So, yeah. Cue the music. So now we are done with Plankton. I really hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, just leave them down below and I will get back to y'all. I also want to show y'all another pattern that I released that is related to Valentine's Day. So here is Cupid. This was another pattern that I made. I actually made it before Plankton. I do not have a tutorial for Cupid, and I probably will not be making a tutorial, but I will make sure to have this link down below for y'all as well. It is more of a beginner to intermediate, as the hair is a little bit more complicated, but honestly I think the rest of his body, the diaper and wings, bag, they're all pretty simple. There's not much to it, but yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this tutorial. I'd love to see y'all's finished Planktons, so please tag me on any of the social medias that I have listed down below, and thank y'all for watching, and I can't wait to see y'all next time. So bye, hope y'all had a great day.